Good morning, students. Class 12th, chapter number 5, lecture 13, homework, and lecture 14. So I'll just discuss two of the questions from your homework part, and then we're going to proceed with other questions of miscellaneous exercise. So I will discuss exercise miscellaneous. Question number 11, where you have to differentiate with respect to x the function which is given here. As you see, it is variable to the power variable, so we're going to take them as separate u and v. So first of all, I'll equate this complete to y. Clear? Now we will consider u as equal to x to the power x square minus 3, and we'll consider v as x minus 3 whole to the power as x square. Considering u and v, now we'll differentiate both the side with respect to x. We actually get y equal to u plus v. When we differentiate both the side with respect to x, we get dy by dx equals d by dx of u plus d by dx of v. So we will now separately differentiate u and v with respect to x. Let us first differentiate u and then we will place the values in this expression. Let us equate it as equation 1. So in the first one is u, where we have it as u equals x to the power x square minus 3. Taking log on both the side, we have log u equal to x square minus 3 will come in front, log of x. It's a natural log here. So you see here we are having two functions. We'll use product rule. Differentiation of log u with respect to x will be first 1 by u, and then differentiation of u with respect to x will give us du by dx equals x square minus 3 as it is. Differentiation of log x is 1 upon x and differentiation of x is 1 plus log x as it is. Differentiation of x square minus 3, you know x square it will be 2x and of 3 it will be 0. So what will be value of du by dx from here? It will be x square minus 3 divided by x plus 2x into log of x whole multiplied with u. Will multiply both the side of the equation with u. What is the value of u? X to the power x square minus 3. Now let us equate it as equation number 2. Right. Now we will do for v. What is v actually given to us? Let us do that on another page. v is now x square minus 3 whole power as x. Let us just see the question once. See here, the question is x minus 3 to the power x square and x to the power x square minus 3. So v is actually x minus 3 to the power x square. So now we will differentiate it. We will get, first of all, taking log, we will get log v equals log of x minus 3 whole power is x square. We will get log v equals x square will come into front, log of x minus 3. Differentiation of log v is 1 upon v dv by dx. Using product rule here, x square as it is, differentiation of log x is 1 upon x minus 3. Differentiation of x minus 3 is 1 only, plus log of x minus 3 as it is, differentiation of x square is 2x. Multiplying both the side of the equation with v, we get x square upon x minus 3 plus 2x into log of x minus 3 whole multiplied with v. v is x minus 3 to the power x square. Let us name it as third equation. So in the third equation we have got dv by dx. In the second equation we have got du by dx. We can place them in the first equation and can find the value of dy by dx. Let us go to another question. Question number 13 of miscellaneous exercise. Here we have to find dy by dx. Y is equal to sine inverse x plus sine inverse of 1 minus x square. Here substitution will work better and will lead you to less calculations and less errors. We'll consider x as sine theta. Just to see now, we will get y equal to sine inverse of sine theta plus sine inverse of under root 1 minus sine square theta. You know what is 1 minus sine square theta? It is cos theta. Sine inverse of sine theta will give us theta only, plus sine inverse of, we will have 1 minus sine square theta is cos square theta. With the under root, square will get cancelled. We just have cos theta. Now to solve it, we should have sine inside. We can convert cos into sine by writing sine 90 minus theta, right? So theta plus sine inverse of sine of theta will lead us to just get pi by 2 minus theta. Theta and theta will get cancelled. Y is actually equal to pi by 2 only. So finding dy by dx for it, we get dy by dx of pi by 2. It is 0 because it is a constant. So the answer for the question is 0. So see how simple it has become by putting the appropriate substitution. Let us go to now another questions, as I have discussed homework questions. So we'll discuss another questions. So I'm going to discuss question number 14 now. In question number 14, x under root 1 plus y under root 1 plus x is given equal to 0. We have to prove dy by dx as minus 1 upon 1 plus x square. As you can see, the differentiation of y with respect to x is coming only in terms of x. So we'll try to get y in terms of x only first. Just see here, if I write x under root 1 plus y equals minus y under root 1 plus x. We can do squaring both the side. If we do that, we get x square into 1 plus y equals y square into 1 plus x. Multiply these two. X square plus xy, x square y equals y square plus y square x. We can combine the terms as x square minus y square onto one side and y square x plus x square y onto another side. Here we can write it as x plus y into x minus y equals, here xy is common. Okay, one more thing, here this is in plus, here it will come in minus. So if I take xy common, what will come inside the bracket? Y minus x. Clear? Here it is x minus y, here it is y minus x. We can take minus common. So x plus y equals xy into y minus x divided by x minus y, right? Or I may write it as, by taking minus common, y minus x. Clear? Y minus x and y minus x will get cancelled. Now after doing it, we will have x plus y equals minus of xy. So now we can write it as, just to see, minus of xy is here and x plus y onto another side. So we will shift the term containing x onto another side. Minus xy minus x. As you can see, now if we take x common, I am going to get an expression for y. So better to combine the terms with y so that we can have y in terms of x. So not doing this and going to the exact, we will combine in terms of y. X equals minus xy minus y. Just to see what is common there, y. Okay, or we may say minus y is common. We get x plus 1. X upon x plus 1 equals minus y, or we can say y equals minus x upon x plus 1. Now you can apply quotient rule as considering one as u, another as v, or you can write x plus 1 to the power minus 1 and can use product rule. When you differentiate it, you will get dy by dx equal to minus 1 upon 1 plus x whole square. So the trick was to just see what is needed in the answer. According to that, if we proceed accordingly, that by taking one root on another side and one on one side, we are able to do the square and then we are able to solve it. Otherwise, if we would have done the square on this equation only, then we would have again left with an under root and we were not able to separate x and y. So it is mandatory, or it is necessary here to separate x and y. So we will be doing it like this. Now let us go to another question, which is question number 15. In question number 15, they're asking you x minus a whole square plus y minus b whole square equals c square for some c. We have to prove that 1 plus dy by dx whole square whole power is 3 by 2 divided by second order derivative of y. So it is mandatory now or necessary here to find dy by dx, it's a square, and the second order derivative. Let us find that. In doing so, let us first differentiate this where c is a constant and greater than 0. So we have to actually express this answer as independent of a and b. A and b should not come in the answer for the expression this. Now differentiating it, we have d by dx of, right, what do we have, x minus a whole square, d by dx of y minus b whole square equals d by dx of c square. So we get 2 times x minus a. Now differentiation of x minus a, x will be 1 and a will be 0, plus 2 into y minus b. Differentiation of y with respect to x will be dy by dx, and of b it will be 0. Differentiation of c square will be 0. So we can actually find dy by dx from here as minus 2 upon x minus a divided by 2 into y minus b. 2 and 2 getting cancelled, we get the answer as minus of x minus a divided by y minus b. This is our dy by dx, correct. Now we have to find the second order derivative that can be done by using the quotient rule. So dy by dx we are getting as minus of x minus a upon y minus b. Now differentiating it using the quotient rule, we get the second order derivative as y minus b whole square, y minus b as it is, differentiation of minus of x minus a. You know differentiation of x minus a is 1 and minus is there, so it will be minus 1, minus, now minus of x minus a, so it will become plus as it is. Differentiation of y minus b is dy by dx, right. Now we can place value of dy by dx that we got. So we have minus of y minus b plus x minus a. The differentiation of y with respect to x, we were getting it as minus x minus a divided by y minus b whole divided with y minus b whole square. Now when we solve it, what we will get is, so we will get the second order derivative as, in the denominator we have y minus b whole square, so y minus b whole square, and here we had, just to see here, you can look, have a look, we have minus of y minus b, minus of y minus b plus x minus a into minus of x minus a upon y minus b. Let us take the LCM and solve it. If we take the LCM, we will get minus of y minus b whole square plus, just to see, this minus and this plus will become minus. So let us just write minus x minus a whole square whole divided with y minus b is the LCM and y minus b whole square. So just to see, we have minus, if I take common, we get y minus b whole square plus x minus a whole square whole divided with y minus b to the power. This is 2 and this is 1 power, so it is cube, right. Now just to see, what can you write this as? Just to see carefully, here we have this as c square. So we can write minus c square upon y minus b whole cube. So we have got the second order derivative, and earlier we were getting the first order derivative. Now when you place the values in the expression dy by dx and in the second order derivative, you are going to get the answer in terms of c. Y minus b in the second derivative will get cancelled with y minus b, correct. So just square, you have to do the square of dy by dx and then second order derivative you have to divide it. Whole power 3 by 2, do not forget to operate with that. So this is how you are going to do the question number 15. I think you all can complete it. We'll move to another question now. In this question, we have been given sine of a plus b equals sine a cos b plus cos a sine b. Using this and differentiation, we have to obtain the formula for cosines. So let us differentiate it. D by dx of sine a plus b equals d by dx of sin a cos b plus d by dx of cos a sin b. Differentiating it, sine of cos of a plus b is cos of a plus b, and we will write d by dx of a plus d by dx of b. Correct. Equals, here we will use product rule, here also we will use product rule. So using that, just to see sin a as it is, differentiation of cos b is minus sin b. Then we will do for b, that will be db by dx plus, now cos b as it is, differentiation of sin a is cos a and dA by dx. Now the another two terms will be cos a as it is, okay, and differentiation of sin b is cos b dB by dx plus sin b as it is. Now differentiation of cos a is minus sin a, so I'll just write minus sign only, minus sin a dA by dx. Now just to see what is common or what we can take, here dB by dx is common. If we take dB by dx common, what we are left with inside the bracket, or let us write a bit towards that side. Just to see here, if I take in these two terms I am talking of, one is of minus and one is of plus, I am taking dB by dx common. Taking dB by dx common, what we are left inside the bracket, minus sin a sin b plus cos a cos b. Right, and in the another term where we have dA by dx common, what we are left inside the bracket, cos b cos a minus sin b sin a. Right, now in the complete expression you see cos a cos b minus sin a sin b is common. Right, so what we are left with inside the bracket, dB by dx plus dA by dx. Now you observe, here also we had this term, here also we are having it, they'll get cancelled, so we are just left with cos of a plus b equals cos a cos b minus sin a sin b, which is actually the formula for the sum of angles for cosines. Right, so using the formula of sine and differentiation, we got a formula for cos of a plus b. Let us go to another question, which is I think the last question for today. Let us discuss that. It is question number 21. Okay, it is question number 22. Just to see carefully here, they have given us in the determinant form, what they have given us, f of x, g of x, h of x, lm and abc. We have to prove the differentiation of it will be that other constant will remain same and the differentiation of functions will be done. So let us first find the derivative of it. How do we find it? F of x into, what we will write, you know, it is first row first column. So first row and first column will get cancelled. You will get mc minus bn minus g of x. Now in g of x, what you will get inside? LC minus NA plus h of x into, you will get LB minus MA. Now let us differentiate it. So we will get y dash, that is dy by dx. It is a constant number, so it will remain as it is. We will write mc minus bn as it is, and differentiation of f dash x minus, same here, the constant will remain same, and differentiation of g dash x will come, gx will come as g dash x. Similarly in the last one, lb minus ma will have h dash x. Clear? Now you observe one thing, if we write this term again in the form of determinants, we just have one change. All the constants are at their place only. The only change is fx has become f dash x, g of x has become g dash x, h of x has become h dash x. So just by placing this again in the determinant form, we will get this only. Hence we have proved that if dy is equal to this, then dy by dx will be equal to this determinant. Now for homework part, You're going to do miscellaneous exercise question number 17, 18, 19 and 21, and do come up with doubts. Miscellaneous is really important. Most of the times questions are repeated in exams from this only. So that's all for today. Thank you.